Hello followers. Today we are going to see three important topics in performance tuning. One is how we can use decode for performance improvement. Another one, how large binary objects we can handle to improve the performance, and some SQL coding standards. These are three things. Okay. So decode in the SQL itself, directly we can handle if-else scenario in decode. Using decode, we can avoid certain joins or aggregation or ordering. How we can do that? Let's see. See, when we have um, few static values in the conditions, like see, example, if you see only uh, four departments in the department table. So to get the department name, we have to join and we have to get the department name. Instead of doing that, using decode, directly we can hard code the department names using the department ID. So that's the way we can avoid one table join. Okay. So that's the way we can avoid join and we can improve the performance. So we are eliminating one table querying, right? That's the way. Okay. So why decade can be useful? So converts code value into readable clarification. So can replace repetitive simple equality based cache logic in legacy Oracle. Okay. So can reduce SQL complexity when small stable mapping is required. So any small stable mapping is required, we can use it. Okay. So when it's possible, where a small number of known values must be translated. Okay, very small number of value. That time we can set. Okay, so eliminate can sometimes eliminate the lookup join when the mapping is genuinely small, static, and embedded in SQL. Okay. Okay. Next one. Decode with case. Okay, if its database is Oracle, then we can use decode. If it's other database, we can use ANSI case. Okay, joins whenever it's a small set of values. Okay, small set of value, then directly we can use. So this the way also we can handle it. When the status is active, this one inactive others, then that's the way we can eliminate the joins. Okay. So order by class. So what we can do in the order by class, based on the value, we can convert it into integer. Then we can do the sorting. That's the way it's really faster. Okay. So similar way, the grouping class also we can handle it. Okay. Grouping class also, whenever possible, we can use the see here. So now if you see here, it's a grouping. If you see group I, status equal to A, active, active, then I, inactive, and others. So this is the way the grouping class also we can use decode and we can get the some defined values and we can group it. Okay. So instead of fetching the values and grouping, instead of we can give some alternate hard-coded value, then we can use it in the grouping. Okay. How we are using in the order because similar line we can do it for grouping also. Okay. So these are the three techniques we can use to improve the performance. Okay. For using decode. Um, very large binary objects. See, normally database can store the image, audio, video, and scanned documents. Okay, but the better approach is what we can do. We can keep it in server, and we can use the particular path of the server, and we can access it. See, that's a way. A lot of time, what happen? the large files, it's kept outside the database, and the path will be kept in the column value. Okay, that's the way we can handle the large binary objects. It depends on the business. Okay, sometimes they want it should be there definitely in the database, then we can't avoid it, but this can be one approach. Okay, keep it in the external storage and access it using the path. Okay. Okay, depends on the business need, we can make it. Okay, some SQL coding standards. See, some normally when doing the development, we should follow some naming convention and coding standards. If entire team is following some same kind of coding standards, then it will give some good amount of performance improvement and coding standards as well. Okay, so what are the standards we can follow? Always use same naming convention. Okay, if you going for uppercase or lowercase, use single case. Entire team should be used to the same case. Okay, so normally if Oracle keywords use the capital letter, all the column names, table name, you can go with small. But your team is using entirely all small, that's also fine, or entirely caps, that's also fine, depends. Okay, but the alignment also, you can go with left alignment or you can go with right alignment. See, that's the way your code will be clean. Okay, and if you have multiple line of code, what you can do, you can each class you can bring it into another line. Okay, so a select class first line, from class second line, where class third line, group by fourth line, having class and order by. This is the way. If you plan it in such a way, then optimizer will be reading easily. Okay, so that's the way. When I showed right how the hash key value is generated, so if you are following same standards, the hash key value also same. If someone is writing the similar logic, then if he also following the same standards, so both query hash value is same. So that's the way the short parsing will increase. Okay, so any spacing also, after every column gives single space. Okay, follow the same convention everywhere. Okay, that's the way we can align with the same format. Okay, so what are the main thing influence the Oracle performance? SQL predicates and their selectivity. See, whenever you are selecting the data, first decide what are the data required. So always use proper filter to fetch only required data. Don't use star. Okay, only fetch required data and use it. And index. So wherever you are using in the column, in the where clause, order by clause, group by clause, having clause, if the column is not indexed, use index and check the plan, then you can improve the performance. Okay, so always in the SQL side, index is the first approach to improve the performance. Okay, first follow all the coding standards, then check the plan, then it's going full table scan, then use the index how it's behaving. So sometimes if you have created index also, it's going full table scans, optimizer thinking full tables can give the better performance compared to index. Okay, that's the way you can create the index, and if it's not working, then do the analysis. If it's not working, then you can remove the index. You can, okay, so based on that you can decide. Okay, table and column statistics. Okay, always make the table and column level stats up to date, or else optimizer plan will be different and execution plan will be different. So that's why always we have to gather the stats and make it up to date. Okay, so data distribution and cardinality. Distribution, it's if it's scattered block, then it will, while searching, it will be take time. Okay, so it should be not be the distributed in the different blocks. Okay, it should be in the sequential block. Okay, cardinality, how the growth. Okay, join methods and join orders. How while running the query, how it's a joining method, join order. That one also it will make the difference. Okay, access path, how it's accessing, it's full table or index, row ID base, those things also. Partition and partition pruning. See, whenever you see data with GPs of data, okay, it's then better see the table is partitioned. Then if it's partitioned, the partition pruning will happen, that it will improve the performance. So whenever if you see in your project very large volume of data, the table is not partitioned, then one of the best way is partitioning the tables. Okay. SQL transformation. So check always any coding standards is needed or any transformation required, then you work on it and okay. Always bind variables to make it faster. Then if you use more bind variables, the cluster query shared pool, the query will stay longer. Okay. So optimized parameter and optimized statistics. So these checks also needed. Okay. Then how the CPU, IPU, memory concurrency, this will happen. Okay. So always check the explain plan, execution plan, the stability. Okay. So okay, these are the some best practices. Always do it. Okay. So just I want to share these are the three things today. Okay. So always make use of it. Okay. Always follow proper standards and it will improve the performance. Okay. So whenever you get opportunity to use decode, then use the decode and improve the performance. Very large object also depends on your business need. You can store it in Excel and improve the performance. Okay. These are the things I want to share it for today. Thank you so much for viewing the channel. Please subscribe it. Share your feedback. Share your comments. Based on the input, I will be taking the sessions and taking the videos further. Okay. Thank you.